Had a large block deal in Kotak Bank, perhaps. It's really banks all the way. Nimesh, thanks for giving us an insight. Let's get Ambareesh Baliga into this discussion. Ambareesh, exciting times for the bank Nifty. I mean, the index itself is at a record high, and there are large block deals, perhaps, in some of these bigger names. What's your pick of the pack here, and what is your prognosis? I mean, do you see further upsides despite the rally that we've seen already?
Good afternoon, Sonia. Yeah, I mean, clearly, sector rotation is happening, and now after the PSU bank run-up, we have seen some of the smaller private sector banks doing extremely well. I mean, so small like South Indian Bank has nearly doubled. Karur Vysya Bank has got up nearly 150% in the last couple of months. IDFC has moved up more than 50-60%. So I think these are the ones which will continue to move up some more. Karur Vysya could move to levels, say, about of 120, 125. South Indian Bank can possibly move to levels of about 2022. But then, I mean, at these levels, clearly, I mean, I'm finding it slightly expensive. So we'll not really buy fresh into PSU banks or some of these private sector banks would in fact look at booking out to a certain extent.
Ambareesh, afternoon. Any stock idea that you have for us?
Yes, stock idea is there again from the BFSI space, but not bank. This is SBI Cards. Look, I mean, basically with a very strong parentage, SBI Cards is the second largest credit card issuer in India with about 19% market share. And SBI's vast distribution and customer network has actually helped them market their credit cards. If you look at Q2, the numbers were good, with the new accounts increasing about 36% Y-on-Y. Spends have increased by about 43%. PAT has gone up by about 52%. And the asset quality is quite decent. Net NPA is about 0.78%. And looking at Q3, the result should be coming in January. Should really be good because of the festive season which was there. And linking of RuPay credit card to UPI, I think this should also boost the company's financial performance in the longer term. And the management actually expects the e-commerce transactions to increase by about 25-30% CAGR over the next 5 years, and digital payments are expected to account for nearly 65% of the revenue by 2026. So this again should be improving margins. So looking at an EPS of about 28 for FY24, I mean, I have a target of 1064, which is about 38x, and that's about 8.5x FY24 book value.
All right, Ambareesh, normally when you join us, you give us, a couple of picks. What else do you have for us today?
No, in fact, at this point of time, I'm in fact looking at booking out more to a certain extent than really buying. So my ratio of selling to buying is about 70-30 or 80-20. In fact, for every 100 rupees of transaction, I sell 70 rupees worth and buy only 30 rupees worth. And one of those buys is the one which I told you is like SBI Cards.
Okay, go ahead. So on SBI Cards, what are you looking at in terms of a price or an upside?
Like I said, my target is about 1064.
Okay.
But again, this is slightly longer term. It's about 9 months to 12 months.
Okay, 1064. Got that. The other stock that we're looking at this afternoon is Dharmaj Crop Guard. It's much higher in trade. It listed at a premium of 12.5%, and now I think 14% higher. Sonal is here with more details. Sonal, over to you.
Yes, that's right. Strong debut for Dharmaj Crop Guard, and that was driven by a 12% gain that we saw on the listing price as well. And if we look at the current valuations for the company, at this stock price, the stock is trading as 32 times of 1 year trailing earnings, that is FY22 earnings, that is. And if we compare it with its peers as well, the likes of India Pesticides, Hiranba, you have Rallis, it is actually on the higher end. India Pesticides trades at 18.5 times, Hiranba at just 11 times, Rallis is 27.5 times, and this price right now for Dharmaj is much higher than its peers as well. The company is an agrochemical company which is into manufacturing, distributing and marketing of various types of agrochemicals, be it insecticides, herbicides, microfertilizers and antibiotic as well, and has a substantial export base as well. Exports these products to 25 countries in Latin America, East African countries, Middle East as well as Far East Asia. The company's performance has been good as far as financials are concerned. They did revenues of 200 crore rupees in FY20, and in 3 months of FY23 they've already done 220 crores of revenues. Margins have been increasing from 9% in FY20 to 12.2% right now. profits have also been increasing for the company, and that is one of the reasons why this particular IPO also saw strong subscription, and that is something that can be seen in the stock price as well. Right now, the fundamentals have been strong, and that's why the stock is higher in trade today as well.
Thank you very much, Sonal, for that. Ambareesh, any thoughts on Dharmaj Crop Guard or its peers like Rallis? Is that a space that's looking attractive to you? You're on mute.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Rallies, in fact, I had suggested quite much earlier, closer to levels of about 190, 200. So here, I think it's more or less fully priced. Maybe either 5-10% more, I would start selling Rallies. UPL is the only one which I'll possibly hold on for a while. Dharmaj, I think, is more or less fully priced, and the way it has listed doesn't really give me that confidence that it can move up much more from here. I think we should see selling coming in from those who are allotted in the IPO. So at these levels, surely it's not a buy.
Okay, all right. It's not a buy at these levels. We have just about 10 minutes left for the day to end.